Alright, so I'm back. And like I said, this diff housing is not made, I don't believe, for the infraction. I think for some reason. I have the same issue with my hot racing's diff housing. This is not bored out enough for manufacturing purpose, so I gotta take a Dremel. And if you're not using this Dremel, this is a good Dremel. It's very portable. This is the Milwaukee rotary tool, but it's pretty much, I got a Dremel attachment on it, which locks pretty easy, so you don't have to use that stupid chuck. You can change it in and out. Runs off of M12 battery, so it's pretty good for what it is. So you do want to get rid of your metal shavings. So me, coming from automotive community, brake clean. You can use whatever you want, blow it out. Just do it nice. Get those shavings out. There you go. So as you can see right here, let me close this up just to see. We have to grind more. Housing snaps on like that. As you can see right there, still rubbing a little bit. So let's go to town. Get going on that. And those bearings spin forever. I don't know if you just had some weird like fashion or to just things spinning. Just look at that. It just spins for days. So don't get me wrong, bearings do help. Let's go back to town really quick on this one. Turn up the speed. Spray it out again. Barnacles. I lost my tip. Give me 1 second. And damn, those bearings are pretty good. That's dry, no lube. I mean, you shouldn't really be using lube, but this shit works. It's so weird because I wouldn't be using lube, but for some reason these things are spinning crazy. I mean, it's a little tight right there, so I'm gonna just grind that down a little bit more. See the clearance on there? It's probably about 1/1000th of an inch. So that's pretty good. I mean, if you ask me, I'm not gonna fight that. Alright, so for the diff grease, what I'm using is a marine grade lubricant. So I'm gonna put that in there. What's going to happen at higher speeds is it's going to work its way around where it needs to. It's better than running nothing, so just keep that in mind. And before I close all this up, let's double check on this housing screw. That's tight. That's tight. Grab my 2.5. That's tight. And that's tight, so there you got it. Diff housing. So what's going on is it's kind of binding, so let me throw that diff housing locker on that part. So there you have it. Log differential, ceramic bearings, Scorched RC, GPM housing, ready to be installed. And now that I look at it, this is probably going to be like a 1 mil screw or 1.5. It's a 1.5 mil. Let me put some thread locker on this. This actually, now that I think of it, is a differential housing stopper. So like a set screw, pretty much, depending on your setup. You're going to round this screw down in here. And say you don't want this too tight, but you do want it to be pretty much snug. Loosen those bolts up, tighten this down. And as you can see, you can set the height of this diff housing. So now I can lock those back down and not over torque it and that nature. So stay tuned for the next